Now I want to talk a little bit about the right brain and the left brain. We happen to be right-brained. Now it doesn't mean we don't have any left brain, we do, but we're predominantly right-brained. Now the right-brained people are creative, conceptual, they are spontaneous, they can go with the flow, they're visionaries. Left-brained people are very administrative, okay? They are detail-minded. They are laser-focused. Now, the thing about that is that it's very easy for them to see a big mess or to see anything that needs to be done, break it into little pieces in their mind, and then get to it and do it. For us, we see the entire picture, and it paralyzes us. We're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do first. And then most of the time, we don't do anything. There's lots of other things that have to do about being right-brained that stops us from being the organized type. Like, we can do anything at the drop of a hat. If somebody needs something, we're there for them. Now, of course, we want to continue with that, but we don't want to continue with that to our detriment, right? Now, we're going to learn in this course how we can keep our free-spirited, fun-loving natures and still be able to say no to certain things. So it's going to be really pretty cool. You're going to like it. We don't want to be what the left brain people are. We just want to know what the left brain people know. How do you know when to do it? How do you know what to do? How do you break it down? That kind of thing. And that's what we're going to learn, and you're going to find out how we're able to do it and why we can't do it throughout this course. Now, society is very unforgiving where this is concerned. So there's lots of people that you may think have it all together, but they don't. We don't like to admit it, as if it's some sort of a sin, right? We need both kinds of people. We need the administrative kind and we need the creative kind. The only thing about it is that they expect us to be both, but we don't expect them to be both. It's very unbalanced. And I think that with some awareness and with us getting to the point where we love ourselves just like we are and we make no excuses for who we are, I think that maybe that could change. I would love to see that happen. All of us have purchased books because we want to learn how. We've grabbed those magazines that were, by the checkout because we want to know the secret sauce that the chosen few seem to have. But we always fall short. We get one of these books, we'll read it, we'll get the article, and we'll be like, that's it? That's what they're telling me? Or sometimes, like in the instance of 7 Habits for Highly Effective People, it's like, huh? Like, really? Like, it just sent me to bed with a pint of Haagen-Dazs and a spoon. I really liked the book, I really did, but I couldn't get it. Now, I read it at the same time as an organizationally gifted friend read it. We kind of like read it together. And she loved it and was very excited by it and ran with it. And I was like, wait, I don't get it. Here's one example. Stephen Covey said, make a list of everything that had to be done. Then prioritize them and do first things first. And I remember thinking, like, how do I know what's the priority? Isn't everything a priority? Because when you get to the point where you're so overwhelmed, you feel like everything has to be done. How can I choose one thing? And we end up what I did was I just went to bed with a pint of Haagen-Dazs and a spoon, stepped over the stuff, and just got into my bed, sometimes with my clothes on. And it's just like, forget it. I can't do this. I think the reason that 15 million copies were sold is because there are so many of us out there that we want to be highly effective, and we're the ones that bought that book. Because you know what? If you really think about it, people who are already highly effective, what the heck would they want it for? Now, something else is I really feel like the reason that so many books have been written that don't help us is because they're written by the organizationally gifted people and they don't get us. Us organizationally challenged people, we have great ideas, but we can never get them off the ground because we can't even find our shoes or a pen to write it down. How could we go any further from there? Now, I happen to be a testament that when we do get our acts together, that we can get our ideas off the ground and that we can move forward with the dreams and the things that we wanted to do. I'm telling you that all the things that I was able to accomplish was absolutely tied into the fact that I finally got organized. I always had great ideas. I always wanted to do special things, but I could never do them. And after I got organized, I was able to. So I'm telling you, you will too. And then you'll be able to help people who are just like you, because when you write that book or when you teach that class or anything that you're going to do from here on, it will be something that will speak to people who didn't have that available voice to speak to them before, because we were too busy trying to just, clean up the mess and not move on with our dreams. This is really exciting. Lots of things happen for us when we get organized. Now I want to talk about the expert theory. And the expert theory is why we can't learn from those people that write all of those books and those articles. It's because they are experts in it already. And because they are experts in it already, they leave a lot of holes. They leave a lot of stuff out. Like something that is elementary to them is really complicated to us. And so they would just leave out those things that are elementary because they think everybody knows that. Now here's one example of this. When I was in college, I was 30 years old, I went back to school, and I was taking a college, it wasn't even a college algebra class. It was a class that you take so that you can take a college algebra class. It was elementary algebra. And the teacher stood up there and she said, A plus B equals B plus A. And I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Now I know that A plus B equals B plus A is the same thing as saying 1 plus 2 equals 2 plus 1. But if you have never replaced a letter for an integer, you would never think that that was what she was talking about. So I raised my hand because I was 30 and I wasn't young to think that I was afraid what anybody would think of me. And I said, I don't understand what that means. A plus B equals B plus A. And then she realized and she started to teach it in a little bit different way. But I'll tell you, that particular teacher, I could never learn from. I always had to go to what they called the learning lab to learn algebra, because that particular woman, she really couldn't teach elementary students. She was way too advanced in it. If there is somebody that sets up something in a corporation, something technical, well, they're not the ones that could teach the people how to use it, because everything that they would say would be way over their head. And so that's why when we read some of those magazines and we're like, wait, that's what they're saying, they think that's going to help me? Like, no, because in their world, oh yes, that's simple. Just do this, 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 and this, and just buy that, 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 and that, and then just stick it up in the thing and stack it here and it'll be perfect. We're like, what? Really? They even talk about things that we don't care about. We're trying to find out something that is to our life very desperate. And then they start talking about how to make chrome sparkle. And we're like, how to make chrome sparkle? I just want it to be clean. Can you tell me how often I change the sheets? How often does the oven get cleaned? Can you tell me that kind of thing? See what I mean? So don't think that there's anything wrong with you. There's not. Just like in that algebra class, there was nothing wrong with me for not knowing something that I've never learned before and was being taught it by someone who honestly couldn't teach somebody who was in the elementary level. So take it easy on yourself, okay? One of the things I want you to do throughout this whole class, and start right now, is love yourself just like you are and realize that your gifts and talents are needed by the world and that all you have to do is learn some things. And I want you to embrace who you are. I want you to feel like who you are and the way you tick is exactly the way you're supposed to be. That was part of my session 1 of Tidy Tutor University. If you have been following me for a while and you have a mess in the house and you still have a mess in the house, even though you've been following me for a while, it's because the few minutes of video that you see on YouTube, it's not enough. They're little quick fixes. They're help. It's me showing you that I really do know my stuff and I really can help you. But the little pieces that you get,
it won't give you all that you need. If you're tired of the mess and you're tired of always cleaning up, if you want your life to begin to move in a direction of following your dreams instead of following the dustpan around, then I suggest that you enroll in Tidy Tutor University. I actually am having a special right now. It's $29 a month with Tidy Tutor University included. You get everything that I have. Tidy Tutor Insiders, which is my support membership group and has lots and lots of perks, as well as my course, Tidy Tutor University. You actually get it for free. So if you click on the link, you'll see more about what you get. And at this time of the recording, there's only 15 hours left for this semester. The next time it's available, it will not be until January. If you are watching this at another time of year and you're wondering if it's available, just click on the link and you'll find out. So that's that for this. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.